would say that you start at the very beginning of a project. Audience discovery starts at branded messaging, always. And there's always things for a content designer who's going to be working, I would say, just a little bit down the stream to learn from that. And getting them involved at the very beginning is almost always our goal if we're doing that kind of project. That's to say that every project we do at Edgar Allan doesn't start with a full brand refresh. Sometimes it starts with, we have a brand that somebody else did, and we need to implement that or execute that on a website. Great, we can do that. We'd still want the content designer to be involved in the first meetings to talk, either to the agency that did the work, to kind of understand a little bit that's behind the scenes. I find that I always end up kind of having to pull things out that they don't feel are important, that are like, 3 presentations back, and they're like, no, that's really good information for us to have. If we are starting with, if we're starting, we're doing the brand ourselves, we want the content designer to be present and available at the very beginning. I know that you're going to probably ask about mistakes, but one of the mistakes that companies make or that teams make is like not letting the copywriter or the content designer into the room early enough. But we can talk about that in a minute. The other reason is when you're creating digital experiences, you're always attempting to look from the outside in. That's what you do if you're doing it right. You're trying not to shoegaze as the company or the brand or as you yourself as an experience. You're trying not to build something that's for you. You're building it for someone else. So to do that, you have to learn the very most you can about a group of folks, that audience, what they need, what they expect, what they want, what they're turned off by, how they think, what motivates them, on and on. And it drives all of your decisions. So you want to start that as early as possible and continue to use that information throughout the process. If you aren't doing that, you're not creating a useful digital experience. You're guessing. I hate guessing. That's one of the things I say all the time. I hate guessing. I want to know. I want to ask the right questions. I want to get into the audience's head. I want to know what they're looking for. So if you're not doing that, you're not creating something useful, and you're creating like a vanity project, or you're creating a flat brochure. So we think of, the industry talks about content first, and I actually just like this idea of content always a lot better, meaning bring the copywriter in now. Whatever part of the process you're in, now is a good time. Now is a good time to get the content designer on board and to start working.